So we're discussing a hot topic that we saw over the weekend. So many of you know Reuben Abati, who is a journalist on a different news station. And the video went viral where he was talking to a correspondent who kept calling his name Reuben, Reuben, Reuben. Of course, in his response and reaction to the young ladies calling up his name, he said, were you there when they gave birth to me? You must have been there because the way you're calling my name. And then he said something about mannerless, mannerless youngsters or so. And then he also referred to the fact that when you're done, I'll educate you on my history in journalism. So you have an idea who you're talking to. So, of course, many went for him. People criticized him. Many women groups spoke against him, said it was rude, unprofessional. What are your thoughts on this? Because there are different angles. Others are saying, hey, listen, was he wrong? Because that he may have been right by saying that she was being rude by just calling his name, but he could have gone about it a different way.
So I just found I found it really funny because I've always known, or I've been made to know that on TV like this, professionally, you can refer to each other by your first names. I remember when I first came on this show with YK, it used to be so hard to just call her YK. Like, how do I do it? But, you know, it was what was expected of the profession. I was not going to be calling her Auntie Annie constantly. And one time we had a meeting and she was asked, how would you want to be called? And she says, YK is fine by me, by anyone. So this is something that we see, and we like to also, you know, pretend or want to be like the international, what do you call them?
Standard.
Yes, international standards. And we hear them, they call each other by name. And I know that they also have a culture where they say ma'am or sir, but when they come to TV, they call each other by their names. So for me, I think he was, you know how sometimes online, when you're on TV, you put your foot in your mouth. There are gaffes. It happens. Right. You did not mean for it to come out a certain way. It was maybe supposed to be sort of like a joke, and it just came out wrong. That's on one hand. Secondly, I felt also that, is it because it was a woman on the other side? If it was a man, would he have been offended that she was calling him by his name, or would they have just seen it as one of those things?
All right. What are your thoughts on the fact that many accused him of being unprofessional? Let's even start, before we start talking about international standard.
So, I'm of the opinion that human beings, our reactions are cumulative of all our past experiences. And the lashing out for me also made me cringe, you know. So I don't know what he was feeling, but he lashed out. For the years of experience that he has, you wouldn't lash out. That would be my expectation, that you might be very, very, I know somebody would irritate everything out of you. And you will hold it till after the show, and then give them
your mind.
Your mind. Not when you know you're on live TV. And I don't have the years of experience that he has, but we've done live TV for the past almost 9 years now. And we know that sometimes some things will happen, it will be on the tip of your tongue, you must not say it. So that for me was a bit like, today is not the day.
Let me come to Nima, because I know Mariam mentioned something about YK. YK is from Yenny.
Yeah, and I call YK Auntie Yenny.
Yes. So when you want to say Yenny, you can't say, even me, I can't say Yenny. But YK is easier to say YK than a Yenny. I wouldn't say Yenny. Am I all right? So it's the same thing. So there are two different things. But Nima, what are your thoughts when you heard this?
So me, I laughed when I watched it. And you know, just because on Thursday I was saying, who set this international standard things? Who are the upholders or enforcers of this, our international? If we were an African station, we will proudly not compel international standard looks. And we'll also proudly not compel international standards addresses, such that the young lady in question would have been trained as part of the standards of Nigeria to remember when you're talking to your elders. But it's not in the training that you get at the NBC, NUJs and all of that. It's not in that training. And so she kept going international standard on someone who felt it was too much to continue to call with my first name at me.
So, Nima, is it possible that the real problem was not her mentioning the name, was the repetition? So she had said, thank you, Reuben, for that. So go on to the story. She said it once, but she kept saying it back to back.
She would need to hear him and continue to repeat to
but
confirm
wait,
contact.
I'll let you talk. I
She needs to
want us to
confirm
finish that. So imagine if you were talking to YK in the studio, right? And you didn't hear YK. You want to know YK. You want to, maybe you call that Yenny. You will calm down. You will probably calm down. Yenny, if you can't hear, I can't hear you. Please say that again. You'll be afraid to call that name twice or 3 times because you said it once already. There's a way, there's a respect and regard that even you will not repeat that name, regardless.
Okay, I love to
out of the
embarrass YK
respect.
with Auntie Yenny on set. I just love because I know it embarrasses her. I just love to do it. Sometimes I'll say to her, if she's shouting to me, I'll just shout.
I'm saying put yourself in that girl's shoes.
So that girl, as far as I'm concerned, you know we have different cultures also. Yes. From the name of that girl, you know she's not Southwest.
Okay.
She does not understand that. And you know, this
is Reuben Abati Southwest.
She's a lady.
Yes, he's a Yoruba man. And I should have given her that room to understand and grow into it.
If you were the correspondent, what would you have done?
I would personally, I would apologize because I'm a very, very respectful person.
On air?
I would not apologize on air. I would apologize off air. And if it's someone I really respect, and if I'm working with a Dr. Reuben Abati, I would respect him because he's a cerebral person. If I need to apologize on air, I would apologize on air because I want to that relationship.
I'll come to you, if you're a Yoruba girl, you'd have gotten that first thing. When he said it, were you there at the ball?
So the thing is, emotional intelligence, even Yoruba is emotional intelligence. The moment you
can't do that. I think it's Yoruba culture. What they tell you? When they tell you that, were you there when they gave birth to me?
If she was Yoruba or any Southwestern, once they say to even in Pidgin, you did my naming. The meaning is, why are you using my name?
Yeah.
If you were not at my naming, I'm older than you. So you should shit.